Hi, today I'd like to go through the online PO system within mydaEs. So let's get straight into it. We go into mydaEs to set up any person that we want to be able to raise online POs. All this is done through the payroll master file. As you can see, I've already set up some people in here, just so that we don't have to go through it all while you're watching. If you're doing payroll with us, then all this information here from the start form can be entered online as well by the cast and crew themselves. I have a separate video about the online start form, so if you'd like to know more about that process, you can go and watch that video. So here we are, we've gone into Ryan, and let me just show you how we set him up for digital POs. We go into the web admin tab up here, and then we have a little tick box here that says user can enter POs online. Click on yes. Now we get some more boxes up where we need to make some decisions. Now, if this is a person who should know what account numbers things should go to, you can tick this box here, and then they'll get the option to enter the account numbers while they're doing the online POs. But Ryan here, he won't know anything about that, so we'll leave that as no. Now we'll set up some approval levels. So first approver, we'll set up as me. So I have to approve anything that Ryan does, so we'll leave that as 0. But then we'll set up a second approver. We'll set up as Jane, and she'll approve anything that's, say, over £2,000. So now we've set it up with 2 approvers, and then that is all we have to do. We also have an ability to view suppliers online, which will take the information directly from mydaEs. But again, Ryan doesn't need to do that. So we'll just click on OK there. Just quickly go in and set me up as well. Go into the thing under the web admin side of things. Just click on yes. And we will set an approver here. Will be Jane, and she'll approve anything that's over £2,000 for me as well. So there we go. And as you can see, I've ticked the little box that says that I can enter account details, and also I can view supplier details online. So when you've done this, all we need to do to get Ryan access to the system is just right-click on him here, and then send him a starter email. For this demo, I've obviously set up that everybody has email addresses that goes into my inbox, but normally it will be their own emails it will go to. If we just quickly go back into Ryan, I'll just show you the email addresses that we have in the system. So we have an personal email address, which is what's going to be used with the online POs. And then we have a payslip email address, which is obviously if he wants to have his payslip sent to an agent or something like that. Let's go and see if we have an email that has popped in. Oh, yep, there it is. So the show name is Ice is Cool. And as you can see in here, there is the email address, which is the logon ID. And here is a system-generated password. And then if we click on this little link here, it'll hopefully bring us to the login screen, where we can then log in with the email address and then the password. And the only 2 things that we're going to deal with today is creating POs and modify POs. Right, so let's just go and try to create a couple of POs so you can see how that works. Create PO, comes up here with the screen. Here is the creditor name. If you click on that, you can see it'll give you the creditors that are already in mydaEs. So we'll just pick Acton Stationery as the one that we always use. And then here is where you put in the description for our PO. So something like toner 2500 3. And that's going to be, say, £210. Then down here we have additional notes, which will go on the PO itself. So we're going to put a little bit of more information for them so they know what it's about. HP 2500 NP, number HP 2256 or something like that. And delivery date, we're going to say this is not important, so 1st of July will do. And delivery address, nice, office, there we go. And down here, we have a field where we can put additional notes for the approver. So we can say, set up account office, not urgent. For example, something like that. We could also choose to upload a PDF if we want to. We won't do that with this one here. And then at this point, we can either save draft if we're not quite ready to submit it, or we can just hit submit for approval. And when we do that, hopefully it will just come along and show that it is all approved. Right, and there we go. Create a PO successfully. Excellent. So let's go and just create another one. And I'll just show you the first little bit, which is if we're going to choose to create one from a creditor that doesn't exist in the system, you just click on the little plus here, and then we start typing in the creditor. But I'll just pause the video while I just quickly fill in this PO and then show you what I've done. Okay, so I've filled in the details, the creditor code. Obviously, I've just used my email address again, so we get all the information coming into my inbox. And again, just 10 shiny jackets, size 12 blue, £6,000, and then additional information, James Bond collection, etc. And then delivery dates, delivery address, and then any additional notes for approver. And then let's just pretend that we want to attach a PDF. So let's hit on choose a file. And there we go. There's a PDF. We've now attached it. And we're now all good to go. And we'll then submit that for approval. And there we go. That has been approved as well. So now that we have done those two POs, let's just have a quick look, see if any emails have come in to me. All right, yes. So I have 2 emails have come in. You have, oh, you can't see that one. Just do it there. Okay, so as you can see, this has come in saying it's waiting to be approved by me. And switch it on a bit. I have 2 ways to approve it. One, I can log in to the online system and go and approve it there. Alternative, I can just click on this quick link, which will automatically approve it. Just before I do, let's jump into mydaEs itself. As you can see, when you're logged in here, you have this little PO dashboard up here. And in here, you can see I've got waiting for approvals too. And if I go into purchase orders, I have a new thing here called modify web entered POs. Click on them there, and you can see our 2 POs are sitting in the system, created by Ryan and waiting on approval from me on both of them. So before we do anything about approving them, let's go into the first email here. So that is our Acton Stationery one. And we're going to just use this quick link to approve it. Click on that. And then there you go. It's done. No need to do anything about logging in or out, whatever. Been successfully approved. And what we'll do is just log out Ryan there as well. And then if we go into system in here, you can see now it says approved 1, waiting for approval 1. So under modified, you'll see that this one here now has missing information. As it was underneath the £2,000 mark we set for Jane to be the second approver, it only needed 1 approver, which is me. So now as the accountant, you just come in here, double click on that, and you can see it's missing an account number before you can do anything else with it. So we'll just go in here, click on all, let's do stationery, see if we've got something called stationery. There we go. So now we have stationery, and now it's good to save. And now it's ready for posting. At the moment, it's still not showing up in your cost report, but as soon as, I'll move that up a little bit, you can see, as soon as I hit on the, click on the little box up here and hit post, then it'll basically get posted into the system. And then as soon as updated, there you go, it says posted up here at the top. And now it's just one waiting for approval. So let's go in here, click on this one here. This is the £6,000 one, which I need to approve first, and then Jane needs to approve second. If we just log in here as me, and then approve POs, we have that here. Now you can see it's sitting here. I can then click on view to view the PO, how it was put up, whatever has been put in here, the additional notes, everything else. And what I can also do is up here, I can view the attachment. And there you go, that's the attachment that was set up for it. And if I just click the back button, go back here, and then if I'm happy, I can approve it, or right down at the bottom, I can say I decline the PO, and I can give a reason. If there's any reason that I want to decline it. I won't decline this one here. I'll be nice to Ryan, and I'll approve it. And then there you go. It has been approved, and there are no further POs. Just while we're logged in as me, let me just show the Find Supplier for anybody who has that. Here you can go in and you can see any creditors set up in mydaEs, and you can go in and have a look at the details about their address and etc. What you noticed was the new one that I just set up, where jackets and shoes limited is not showing up, and that is because it hasn't been approved, and prior to being approved, it won't actually be ticked as a creditor that we have accepted in the system. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so we're finished in here. We'll just log out. There we go, logged out as me. Let's go and have a look, see what it says in mydaEs. It says one waiting for approval, but we just approved it. Well, the reason for that is if you go into modify web PO, it's now gone on to waiting for Jane to approve it. So I've approved it as a first approver, and then the second one we're waiting for Jane to approve it. With a bit of luck, if I've set up all my emails redirects correctly, we should have an email. Okay, that's the first email that Ryan, for the first one we approved, because we approved that one and there was no more approvals needed for the action stationery. Ryan gets an email sent saying that the PO has been approved, and it's also attached for him to view here. So if you click on that and open the attachment, okay, it's very, very big, so you can't see that. Make it a bit smaller, there you go. So there's the PO with all the details, and these are lines and the notes that we put in there as well. And at the bottom, it says that the PO has been fully approved and signed by me, because obviously I did the approval on it. And here we have another email. This is the one that would have been sent to Jane for the second approval of our jackets and shoes for the £6,000. And again, she could log in and have a look at everything, or she could just click on here to immediately approve it. And there you go. It has been successfully approved. So now that it's been approved, let's go and jump in and have a look what it looks like in mydaEs. And you can now see on our web dashboard up here, we have one approved. If we go into modify web POs, you can see it's now sitting here missing information. So it's ready for us as accountants to set up. First thing you notice is a big red line at creditor name, because this creditor has not been set up inside mydaEs yet. So we click on add, and here we get our everything's been sucked in from the website of things where everything has been entered. And here you can, of course, add bank details if you have, you can add default account numbers. If you don't want to do anything, you just click on save. That's it, it's now saved, it's gone white. And then we obviously need to give it an account number of some kind. Let's see, what would it be? Costumes, possibly. We have something called costumes. There we go, that'll do me. Okay, and then we can save that. It now has all the information needed. So we can click on that box there and post it. As soon as we post it, it will now send an email to Ryan saying that this one here has been approved and it's all good to go. And now you can see we have nothing left up here in our dashboard. If we go into the emails, Let's see what we get. There we go. That's just been approved. Now ready, so you can go and have a look at it like we did last time. And you can then manually email that to the supplier, or if you want to, you can just click on this link here and it'll automatically email it directly to the supplier with a supplied email address. So you don't need to do anything else with that. So there we go. It has been sent successfully to the supplier. And if we go and check my email with a bit of luck, here we go. That's the one to Jackets and Shoes Limited. Again, I'm just using my email address, and it's sent that on to them with the attached PDF. So there we can see it's all set there, and at the bottom it says that it has been approved by both me and Jane. So just one last thing I'd like to show you before we finish this, and that is how to go and amend a PO. So to do that, let's go home, let's log in as Ryan, and then when we log in as Ryan, we'll now go and say that we'd like to modify a PO. This is useful if you're taking something like a hire car and you need to extend a few days, or in this case, if we need to go in there and say we actually want another 5 jackets. As is already posted, there's nothing we can do about this. It's all in the system. So what we can do is we can click here to add a new line. 5 more jackets. And we'll say that's £2,000, expensive jackets. And literally that's all we need to do. You then amend all these details as you see fit, and you can submit for approval, and it'll now go through the approval process that we've just gone through again. And at the moment it's just added it up here, and in mydaEs it will come in under here, and it should now be back in here awaiting for me to approve it. Hope this has been useful. Thanks very much for watching.